Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin. Today, we're going to have a look and see what I believe is Bitcoin's next move. But before we get to that, we are going to have to play through yesterday to see what happened yesterday. And it was a bit of there was a lot of movement yesterday. We started with a big, well, this was the day before. So just after midnight, we started with the big pump. We broke the downwards going trend here on the green line, and we pumped up, and then we got into this sort of consolidation pattern. Um, we formed a diamond here, a sort of diamond, and the target of the diamond is always, well, to the upside if it breaks out, the height of the diamond. And what we actually saw was that it broke to the downside. So we got a target like this down here from the breakout of the diamond. I'm sorry for the cluttered chart, but an empty chart is an empty mind. So we will clear this up later. But we saw clearly that we made. I never recommend to short in this environment. So if we break to the downside, that's just a good place for the targets here to set your buying limits. So I bought down here, and then we saw later on a breakout. I can just remove that. Then we saw later also here we broke from this closing wedge, which don't have too many touches, so I don't take it too seriously. But that gave us a target all the way down here as a worst case scenario or a best case scenario if you set your buy. It's down here, so I set some buys down here as well. Because at first we kind of found support here from this, and then later on we got a closing wedge with this yellow line here, which I drew before I went to bed, and as we see, we closed, we broke down from that one, and the target of a closing wedge is always don't have too many touches here as well. If we had a touch up here, I would say definitely that this was a realistic target. But since we don't have any touches up there, I'm more conservative about the target. So I would place it. I think I place it somewhere around there. Um, and we didn't reach that target because we broke to the downside and we went all the way down here. So this area was a good place to set some limit buys as well. Um, and then we bounced from that all the way up here. There's quite huge movements in Bitcoin now. So that's good for traders. There is good deals to be made. So if you set um, your buying limit down here, because never short in an uptrend, because you can see we are still in an uptrend. This is support. As long as we stay above this line, we are in an uptrend, and we should treat it as an uptrend. So now we can just delete all this. All right, that's a little bit better. So right now we are trading within this downwards going channel here. Um, Maybe we can adjust this a little bit, but we do have some big wigs, so we could do maybe more like this. So then we might get a closing wedge here from the top of this. So we should see a breakout sometime it can take a while if that's the case. But it seems to be like a closing trading channel. So if we break to the upside of this, then I think we will see more consolidation. I don't think we're going to see a big pump to the upside if we break this channel, because we're still kind of on the very short time frame. On the last 2 days, it's still a downgoing trend. So we need to break that downgoing trend before we pump to the upside. So this is a very, very good opportunity to buy. It's not a good opportunity to short. Shorting is only recommended if you know absolutely what you're doing and you have a high risk tolerance since we are in an uptrend. The trend is your friend. So if you're this is more to help people who are looking for when to buy Bitcoin, to when to get into the market for a good price rather than traders that's trading with huge leverage. But this is also why we do set the most bearish scenarios is for those people that trade with big leverage, so they know um, how uh, how far down it can go. So like this one was really optimistic or pessimistic. It was kind of a worst case scenario. And the same with the big closing wedge we had, because if you trade with leverage, then your position might close if it drops below a certain point. So that's why you want to know the absolutely most bearish scenario, so you know what kind of leverage you want to go in with. But for us now in this downgoing channel, I would recommend to go over to this side here and find support levels like here to set buys and here to set buys. That's what I recommend. Of course, for that to be profitable, we need to break to the upside to some point. But as bullish people are on Bitcoin now, as bullish we've been for the last year, there is a higher chance of breaking to the upside than to the downside, in my mind. So also keep in mind, this is just my thoughts. This is not financial advice, or you should do your own research. This is just to help people to figure out when to buy, and the best time to buy if you don't have any Bitcoin is always right now, because you will always it's always a good idea to buy Bitcoin because of the wonderful technology and for um, the everything that is happening with PayPal and institutional investors. There's a lot of money coming into Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the world's largest bank, so please remember that. And also remember to like and subscribe so we can share this with as many people as possible to help people get into Bitcoin. And the more we are in the community, the better Bitcoin will do. So please tell YouTube that you like cryptocurrency by liking and subscribing and hitting the bell notification so you'll get these updates every day. All right, enough of that. Let's go back to see if we can set some major moves to see if. So let's make a pink line. Not here. We do sort of have a have a box descending triangle forming here, but it's not as clear the borders, so I'm just gonna set because I like to have more touches, but it's touching some wigs, so we can set we could set it as a box of resistance. But yeah, I think if we break this to the downside, then we should be a little bit concerned and see if we can. I would at least have some buys down here and also buys here. That's. But if we break that, yeah, some buys around. Yeah, well, we are going to be on this level anyway. But if it takes some time, some buys around this line would also be be a good idea. But if you buy at 25,000 or 25 um 800, it's not going to matter too much in the long run, because we all believe that Bitcoin is going to 500,000. That's the people who are interested in Bitcoin, who knows the technology, who's been in the game for years. We are all seeing big things happening in Bitcoin now. So I can't stress that too much, that it's not very important if you buy here at 26,000 or at 30,000 or at 20,000. The important part is that you get into the space. The only thing this is for is to determine if you want to put in 10% now, if you want to put in 20% now of the money that you are planning to invest in Bitcoin. Never put all the money in at one time. Dollar cost average, and try at least with some of your money to try to get a good price. Just to you're gonna make probably gonna make money no matter what, but it makes it more fun for you if you get it at a good price and it goes up right away. So what we're waiting for now is for Bitcoin to break this line here and then get out of this descending trade channel here and go into a consolidation pattern. And then we are hopefully going to break to the upside and go back to the good times with the big candles. So that's it for me for today, and maybe I'll be back with another update later on today if we do break this here and go into a consolidation pattern to see if we can um, if we can see if there will be a breakout to the upside of the consolidation pattern. So thank you all for now and have a very nice day and a Merry Christmas.